all. Good evening. This is a program related to asset integrity, and I think the last session being the lesson learned from some of the incident, the resonance, Negi Saab and entire team for giving this opportunity to present our case. I'm also happy that Mr. Das is also here. I think it's going to be a good session. From our end, I think I have something very recent to share with all of you and for the panel, and I think there is a deep message also then from these incidents. Starting 24, in July 24, a pipeline, Dadri Panipat, it snapped. Entire Panipat geographical area, we are the authorized entity in Panipat. We had about 100 industrial units, about 18 CNG stations, and almost about 7,000 household connections then. They were all in a danger of being shut, because if there was no alternative to this Dadri Panipat pipeline, then practically there was no way we could have supplied gas to so many customers. It also sold almost 2 lakh gas during those times. What came, and just see that the pipeline finally got repaired and put in back to action was sometimes in December 24. So almost 6-7 months. If the pipeline gas, if the gas supply would have been closed to Panipat GA, what would have happened? At best, we could have salvaged maybe some of the domestic customers through DCUs or whatever engagement we would have done. But 7 months is a long time. Practically, we should have, if there was no alternate route, the GA would have been permanently gone. Practically, the entire, for 7 months, if you don't supply gas to any customers, no CNG at the CNG stations, you don't expect the GA to come up again or the customers to be with you in January or December whenever the line got recommissioned again. That was the first incident and almost like a shocker to us. We never knew what will happen. Fortunately for us, there was an alternate line, GIGL, which was also supplying gas to refinery. And some smart work by the IOC team, and they could start the supply to us within 48 hours. So they did some change in their configuration of pipelines. Fortunately, we were just in front of their SV stations. So in the entire 48 hours, we could reconfigure this entire system, and the gas was flowing from GIGL instead of up to Dadri and from the GAIL pipeline and Dadri Panipat IOC pipeline. Instead of that, alternate arrangement was through the GIGL, that is the Mehsana Bathinda route. That pipeline was supplying gas to refinery, and we were then connected to that, and we practically restarted the gas supply to all our customers. But that, we thought that it was a one-off kind of incident, and this may not happen again. After 6 months or so this year, again after a year or so, in August of 25, the Muradabad line, GAIL's Muradabad line snapped, and the entire GA of Udham Singh Nagar was completely cut off. The only way to supply gas, there was no other pipeline, alternate line like GIGL passing through that region. There was no clue as to where to get gas from. We had a good discussion with GAIL, everything, but the situation because of the flooding was so bad that no way even the GAIL could not have done anything about it. Fortunately, again, we had the nearby GA of Muradabad by Torrent, and there was a possibility of GAIL connecting their supplies with the Torrent network and then reconnecting it to the balance of the network. And that's how we were again supplied gas. So in about 8-10 days time, almost it took 10 days. 10 days, our supplies was again were restored. But look at the situation, for 10 days, the supplies were not there for industries. We were very lucky that we got support from the nearby GAs, thanks to HPCL. I had also reached out to Mr. Bhatia, and he was very kind to offer all the support for filling all the cascades. And with the help of our peer companies, we were able to again reconnect. But the problem, I think, that was the first time we realized that it is almost like a remarketing. When we started the gas after 10 days, we also used this opportunity to reach out to our promoters, IOC, to arrange for LPG, alternate arrangement for our commercial customers, for our industrial customers. Domestic, we could take care through the DCU. So that's another lesson learned, that DCU is not all that bad as we initially looked at. In fact, they are the lifeline. We should have, in fact, as a principle now, we have DCU in almost all GAs. Second is LPG. So the linkage between the LPG is also that we can restart or reignite the LPG connections very fast. I think that connection also is required, whether with OMCs, the nearest or the best OMCs available then. But when we went to the industrial customers, they were so used to, for 10 days, they were using LPG. And as the bad luck would have, the LPG prices had also gone down. So even today, I would say that if we were supplying it to 100 units, we are able to connect only about 85 people back. 15 people have dropped out. And there's no way we can, because obviously it's a commercial matter. We cannot sell the same thing that it will remain uninterrupted, because that myth was already broken. So I think a lot of things happen with the accident. It is not only the gas supply which stops, but it is the trust, it is the uninterruptible supplies what we sell. That entire concept also gets challenged. And yes, huge challenge operationally. We ran almost about 5 DCUs for 10 days. We were lucky that we could able to start the DCUs in about 2 days' time or so. We were able to arrange immediately the LCVs. Everything was done in just 24, 48 hours. But the point is that if such things, how many people would be able to arrange this? It's not about the capabilities sometimes, it is also about the remoteness of the locations. Now we have the entire country given out. So the only people who come to your help ultimately was, in first case, like GIGL, alternate pipeline. In second case, the nearby GAs, which come and help you. Similarly, third case also happened to us very recently, about a month back. It was a planned crisis, I would say. Sometimes it is unplanned crisis. It also comes as a planned crisis. Is a O&M in a GA like Daman, a pipeline had to be upgraded, and we were given a shutdown of 10 days. Now issue is, what do you do with 10 days? How do you supply to 5,000 domestic customers on almost about 200 industrial and commercial customers? For 10 days, it is very difficult to run DCUs for everyone. It is very difficult to arrange so many DCUs, so many LCVs, compression capacities. It was very, very difficult. I think again, to our luck, we had Gujarat Gas nearby Vapi GA, in which Gujarat Gas was operational. In 3 days' time, we laid 180 mm MDP line, a short piece of almost about 2.5 kilometers, which was laid and commissioned. And through that, at least we could hold our commercial and domestic customers. So again, the point is that who comes to your help during such kind of crisis? The only people who come is, we have to look around nearby, whether it is And I would say that, yes, transporter, nearby GAs, ourselves, we all ultimately will have to put together a system in which, just a minute also, I would say the lesson learned for us was that while in industry we talk, maybe in the regulatory board we talk, in the ministry we talk, in the various forums we talk, but we do not have a organized manner in which all the CGD companies, they align, at least in the crisis scenario. Yes, people do help. That is always there. There are personal contacts, people do help. But have we institutionalized this? And this will happen because now that the entire country has been given out, every day there are accidents. Yes, we were lucky that the Delhi accident did not affect us, but I'm sure it affected Delhi and other places. So the point is that unless until there is a mutual cooperation, and this mutual cooperation today is informal arrangement, can we formalize this to make this more robust so that the customers are taken care, because once gone is gone. That is the experience we have experienced. Once a customer goes, it will never come back. Our entire CGD business is based on single line theory that we are providing uninterrupted gas supplies in a safe and economical manner. So I think our fundamental line itself gets challenged. Our business is in great threat if we are not able to protect this line. So we should all together meet, discuss, deliberate, do everything possible to protect this line, uninterrupted gas supplies. Thank you.